It's fantastic. My first time ever at Skaerbaek, and there's so many amazing MOCs and builds, and you know, I build a little bit myself, but I'm humbled to see what amazing things people make, and definitely want to come back in the future, see more good stuff.
It's really just how people can make great buildings with new technique, I would say.
I love it here. The atmosphere is amazing here with all the fans at one place.
Oh, it's fantastic. There's so many inspiring buildings.
Yeah, we're here at Skaerbaek Fan Weekend, close to the German border. We are trying to give our best to give a place for all the AFOLs from different countries to come together here, to join each other and to share their passion for the Lego bricks, and of course to show just a couple of their models. See models, MOCs from very different builders. There are no restrictions, and that means we get all kinds of different stuff. We have great ball contraption, which is basically just Lego Technic. We've got castles, we've got artworks, we have some kind of paintings recreated with just plates, big scale cartoon figures, and whatever you can imagine you might probably find here.
To say one favorite is hard, but really so many different amazing building styles and cool things to see.
The trains.
Trains?
Definitely the trains. I'm a train man.
Some of them have moving parts. That is cool when they put theirs in.
My name is Peter, and I've built this model for the last 1.5 years. And it's a pirate theme, but it's a little bit more of a castle style, really. So it's like a mix. It kind of grew out of hand, really. I was supposed to just make a pirate's island, but with a small castle on it, but then the castle just turned much bigger than expected. I was really inspired by the series Black Sails on HBO. With that pirate island, I really like all this pirate stuff. And for the building part, I mean, I've been looking at other builders really, and just seeing their work and thinking, okay, I want some of that, and so taking a little bit of each of the cool stuff and mixing it all up. And I wanted to make it detailed and at the same time as big as I could. A lot of people like is the shark that is under the water. It's just made from plates in different colors, and I thought that was pretty cool.
My name is Bram. I'm from the Netherlands. I made something loosely inspired by Vikings and Norsemen and old medieval buildings, and it's also a little bit more fantasy, but it's a style that I like very much.
yeah, it's just a little bit of a little town built on a few islands that had to make do with the space that they have, so they didn't have much space, so they had to build up and cluttered a little bit. And yeah, it's a style that I like very much, and I'm very happy with how it turned out. I think I worked about half a year. I had the ships already built and just on a shelf because I really liked them and I really wanted to build them one day, and like I could totally use them in some sort of build. And yeah, the rest came, I think, about half a year to make it work and to make it fit, to make it one MOC. I made the island beforehand, and it was very hard to fit it all and not make it completely inaccessible by, well, minifigures. They still needed to have a little bit of room left. So that was one of the most challenging things, and to make the bridges fit, the angled position of the certain islands to give it more of an organic look instead of everything being straight.
My name is Daniel. I've made this MOC 2 years ago. My intention is to create some kind of realistic medieval fairy tale scene that actually starts people smiling. When people see it, they start smiling, and that's the thing that I love about the build. Because most of the time people get impressed by sizes of things, but this one just makes people wonder, like, oh, look at it, look at that, and every age just loves the scene, so that's the one I love the most.
What was the most difficult part?
Actually, just to have it all, like when the walls were ready, to have the roof on it correctly. That's a very difficult part. Yeah.
Have you any idea how many parts?
Around 25,000, because there are a lot of one-on-one plates and tiles in it. The wall is also like a solid grey wall underneath to have a solid structure, and then like a facade on top of it. So the roof, only the yellow roof, goes into like 2,600 parts, and there are like 2,100 only with the green waters. And the plate beneath it, it's all hinges connected to each other to create the curve, which also contains like 5,000 pieces. So it's a piece absorbing part.
My name is Benjamin. I have been building castles for 10 years, and I finally made one that I'm very proud of. I have been working on this one for 2 years. It is actually it's 3.5 plates wide and 5.5 plates long. I wanted to build the biggest castle I could with the bricks I had. I started building this tower from the top down. So this was the first part, and my idea was, if I start from the top, I can just extend it downwards until I have no more bricks. So that's exactly what I did. All of this section over here is built from the top and then down. And then when I ran out of bricks, instead of stopping, I just went out and bought some more. So yeah, the idea was good, but it did not have the great effect. But the another thing about building from the top down is that I can build some crazy angles without having the consequences of connecting them into the Lego grid. So I kind of pushed the problems in front of me when I built from the top down. So that was very, very fun, but yeah, there's also some problems in building that way. This is the first time ever I have added a little bit of motion. I find that very difficult to do, but I managed to do this, and I'm very proud of that. So, and a place like this, it gets a lot of attention, just a tiny bit of movement. And also it's always good to have something extra you can show to people who show a lot of interest in your castle, then you can give them that extra experience. And it's kind of a good way to get into a conversation to people visiting. So yeah, I like that as well.
Christoph, and I've built a model of a North German Baroque organ. This one is similar to the one in Hamburg, St. Jacobi, and very famous for that era, around 1700. They built organs in a modular way. So you can say this little piece here is an organ in itself. That one is another one. And here the big ones are a third one, so it's modular, and that's of course perfect for Lego. Well, from the idea it was like 4 years, then it was half a year, 3/4 of a year of planning, then a month, 2 months building, and since then upgrading. So it's continuously improving. Well, I was inspired by first the fact that my father is an organist, and secondly that the organ builder of this famous organ had his 300th anniversary of his death in 2019, and that combined together was the idea. Okay, let's try this.
My name is Erik Smit from the Netherlands. I made a project that is called Soropolis. That's an old Greek word, it means stacked city, because it's a lot of little houses that can all be stacked up. Every house, every module is six bricks wide and 6 deep and 5 high. And they all have a hole in the top and a plate in the bottom so you can stack them on. I have made a street with empty slots for those houses, and people can come and they can have a look at all the houses that I made. I made 150, and they can pick a few and put them in the street and build their own building. And it's not just houses. There's some look like facades of old buildings, or they have doors and windows. But there's also a boat or a train or a tree that goes in there. So some are a bit realistic, except the scale is very little, and others are just funny or absurd. And the total, when people are finished, it's just one city with all sorts of different things mixed up and stacked up. So that's my stack city.